Hey guys, it is ToProForuGames or Adam, and welcome back to another episode on how to get better at Black Ops 2 Zombies. And in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about farm. And in this video, I'm going to be pretty much showing you the best weapons to have, strategies and high round strategies, and all that good stuff so you guys can get to a really high round on this map. So let's talk about your weapon loadout throughout the whole game. Now the first thing that you want to have is you either want to have the ray gun or the ray gun Mark II. Now what I like to do is I like to have the regular ray gun for the first 25 rounds, because in the first 25 rounds what I'm doing is my strategy is I'm running around that big truck in the middle. And if there's any zombies in my way, I can easily clear them out and discard them with my ray gun and get rid of any zombies in my way, just because the ray gun has that good splash damage, unlike the Mark II. Sure, you can get a zombie out of your way with the Mark II, but you're wasting a lot more ammo because it's a 3-shot burst. But with the regular ray gun, it's easy to get rid of the zombies and in your way effectively and without giving up too much ammo. Now for your other weapons that you want to have is you want to have the Galil or the RPD. I highly recommend having one of those two weapons. I personally prefer the Galil, but in the higher rounds you're going to have to go through weapons almost like every round, or at least for your secondary weapon you're going to have to go through weapons all the time. So I would aim for the Galil or the RPG, just because those are pretty high damage weapons, and I would stay away from the hammer. Really not the best choice, but Galil or RPG is a great choice to go. And also monkey bombs. Monkey bombs are really important on farm, so make sure you try to get monkey bombs. Alright guys, so let's talk strategy for this map. So I have two different strategies I want to go over. One for the earlier rounds, and then one for higher rounds. Okay, so for the first strategy, what you want to be doing, of course, is running around the truck in the middle of the map. It's that easy, and that's why I said I like to have the ray gun for this strategy, just because if there's any zombies in my way, I can easily discard of them, unlike I can with the Mark II. But the Mark II is going to come in handy in the other strategy. And now, what the other strategy is, this is the important one, this is the big one, is starting on round 25. What you want to do is, as soon as you start round 25, you want to be standing inside the barn, because what happens if you're standing inside the barn is all the zombies will spawn in the barn. They'll all come from the barn area. They won't spawn anywhere else in the map except the barn. Okay, then once you stand in there and they all spawn in there, they'll all be signaled to spawn in there. Go ahead and run around the rest of the map, group them up, and when you kill them, make sure you're standing inside the barn, because if you're standing inside the barn, they'll be forced to spawn in the barn again. And this is where the Mark II comes in handy for me, because you have a huge train coming towards you when you're standing in the barn, and you want to kill them as fast as possible, and the Mark II is going to do that perfectly. And plus, with the ray gun, you tend to start making crawlers in the higher round, and the ray gun Mark II doesn't make crawlers, which is amazing. So having the Mark II for these higher rounds is probably the best thing to do. And for your secondary weapon, you want to stay with that Galil or the RPG. I wish you could have both ray guns at the same time, but you can't. But it's really up to you. You can switch back and forth between the ray gun and the ray gun Mark II, because after round 40, you really have to start switching out weapons every single round. So you can switch back in between the ray gun Mark II, because you're going to have to do that a lot on farm if you really want to get into those higher rounds. So anyways guys, that is all for now. There's really not too much for farm, just because this is a really small map, and the next map that I'm going to be doing is town, and then we're going to be going into the DLC map. So anyways guys, that's it for now. Peace out.